Okay, so we had level 1 and 2 done, and now we want to also add level 3. So let's do the check of it. We have the level check that we added here. Okay, so for level 3 we're going to do 2000 rounds. The first 1000 is stay and the last 1000 is switch, so like these two. So I guess now we can break out those checks that we did before, so we can reuse them. Maybe there are even smarter ways, but this should work. Self and the round state. So here what my idea is that, yeah, we take this part here and we put it down here, and it goes a bit to the left. That's return true, and then otherwise we return false like we did before. Okay, and now we call this one from here instead. So return self dot level 1 check, something like that. Let's see if we can. We are now at level 1. Let's see if we can run level 1 now. It's behaving like we wanted. We got 1000 points. Yeah, we think that's good enough. Okay, so then we do the same thing with level 2 check, and we move the level 2 check down there. These are of course a bit duplicated, so but doesn't matter so much. So here we want to return this one, something like that. Okay, so we try level 2, I guess, and run that. (1000) out of 1000 there as well. So still seems to work. We use the switch strategy and give out all the points. Nice. So now then, if we're not at level 1 and level 2, there's only one level remaining. Level 3. And then we want to do, so if we are on the round first 1000, then we want to do this return, else we want to do this return. Oops. Now we actually always return, so we never reach this one, so we can remove that. Does that make sense? I mean, I think it does. So it's 2000. Yeah, we're gonna have the current round check here is now for 1000 rounds, but now we're gonna do 2000 rounds. So we should have max point 2000 for the Monte Carlo round level, and then in the init of the class here we have so if we are on level 3, then we set this to 2000, and else it's still 1000 like before. Level num. Okay, so not all of these have level nums. Actually we only need 3 of these. But I think by default it's set to 4 levels. Okay, so for now we'll include this level that's not there. And this is the reason I'm doing this, is also because I know right now with our system changing the number of levels is a bit fiddly, so I'll do that at the end. Yeah, now it worked to save, that's nice. So now we have 2000 levels and we are checking level 3, we think, in some reasonable way. And I guess at the end here, when we are at 2000 rounds, this one will actually help us. Ah, we are checking the scores. Aha, okay, yeah, no, that one. Yeah, so if we are at the last round, so level 2 check for around 2000 should still work here, I guess. But maybe we should change something here so that we check that also in the stay strategy we're actually checking, trying all different doors. So to do check this for level 3 as well. So we're not checking in now in level 3 that for the stay strategy all doors were tried. That's why I'm adding this to do here. Okay, so we should try level 3. Let's go to level 3. But then we also should have some kind of solution here. So now we only have return -2, the default code. So we have current door X. We should also have a round X here. Okay. And then whenever a round starts, so this one is -1, then we take self dot round X and increment it. So now we know which round it is, and then we need to do 1000 calls to level 1 and 1000 calls to level 2. So if self.round X is less than 1000, then we do return self.level 1 stay. And else we do the same thing but level 2 switch. That should hopefully work, because now we're just reusing the levels we wrote before. Let's try that, I guess. See what happens. So now we'll only show the first 5 of stay and the last 5 of switch. 2000 out of 2000, that's nice. We're a little bit of happy testing here, but it's still around 50 steps, that's good. So now we should see the first 5 step stay strategy. Oh, we're so lucky. And then we should see the last 5 here. So now we see, yeah, these are moving every time now, because we're updating the last one with this one here. Moving towards the end. Yeah. So we are at 33%, 67%. That's a nice Monte Carlo simulation, I guess. I mean, visually we see that stay is applied here and switch is applied here, because we always have a first chosen door and then we take the one that's remaining. So that makes sense. And we have success level 2 passed. Okay. So that should be level 3 now. Yeah, let's be super lazy and just change that for now to can actually put in that number there. Oi. Since we're now reusing this check, the end check of level 2 for level 3, that's why this is happening. What is it? Level num. Okay. So now we should see level 3 passed. Okay, what are the next thing? I actually wrote down some things we should do here. Yeah, we want to see the doors in the initial state. That is one thing we should fix. It's basically level 3 is done now, I think. We can also do like non-happy testing and see, you know, if maybe it's not working. Like if we just change that number there, we should have, then we should not pass because we're doing one round incorrectly. So then we get, yeah, we get, why do we only get one round incorrectly? Oh yeah, that makes sense, yeah. So in the end here now we'll do 1001 of those and only 999 of the switch strategy. So it seems to work. Then we don't get the success printout as well. Okay, so we want to see the doors in the beginning. So maybe at the end of the init of the challenge class here, we can do an update canvas here, I guess. That should hopefully show the doors. Because no, then I would have wanted to see it now. So why doesn't that work? What do we do in update canvas? Maybe we don't do much here if everything is empty. So we have the problem. I mean, down here in the columns, we don't want to show the doors initially, but here it's nice to show them. And actually, for the interact mode, we definitely want to show them. So maybe we need to kind of allow that in the class we did, the doors instance. So for this door instance, we want to do show initially, maybe. So we use a parameter which is false, but if it's true, then we want to show the closed doors here. Closed doors opacity is equal to, well, we do an if on this one. One if this, or actually we can just show, we don't have to do that. We can just say that its opacity is show initially. And now we need to, it's not, we need to save it. And then we use it here. Now, of course, for the main doors, we need to set that when we create it. Okay, so now we see them. That's nice. What else did I write down? I did a little check in between here. Yeah, we have a spelling mistake for level 3 here, so I can show when you want to change this text. It's a little bit cumbersome because I go here and then I add that F that I probably copy pasted incorrectly, and I save. And then what happens is that that skeleton gets regenerated. But now I know it's only the F which is changing, so I'll just remove that and put the F there instead. So that was done, and then I should we should do a landing page image. So now we have the default one, but we want to use the Monty Hall one, example.png maybe, this one. That is nice. That one we did show the doors initially. Yeah, we wanted to show in the initial design here we had a bit more clear on using X and check marks here. So I think we should add that now as well. So we see that to the right, because when you look at these small columns here, it's not as easy. I mean, on the main doors it's pretty easy to see if it's a green or a red oval, but down here it's they're so small, so it's a bit hard to see. So that's why we want to use these graphics, check and cross, to the right here. What's the idea? So how do we do that? We can add it on the add it on the doors instance. So then we actually, now we're within the frame of the Xmin Xbox things we get sent here. So unfortunately now we have to put this outside of that, which maybe is not so logical, but this is just one small exercise on our on futureskill.com, so I think we can live with that. So labels, now we add the check cross. So we want to add a bitmap, and this one we want to be able to show or not show. So we should have something like this. Self.checks and self.crosses. And then we want to do something like what we have here, I guess. I'll copy it for laziness, and then we start to show it. And we're going to use the check graphic. Okay. I don't know, check height. Can go up here then. So we typically use something from the door height. Who knows? 0.3. And then we have the check width is equals to this one times the actual ratio that we have. So we'll check that. So it is 861 by 860. Like so. Then we do lazy stuff here. Stupid to copy actually. Many of the errors are due to copying. Still I do it. And this one maybe, is it the same or a bit different? It is 860 by 860. So then we have the check width, check height, and X is somewhere and Y is somewhere. I mean, I guess we of course want to move it further to the right from X, and then we have these indexes here. So we have index 0, 1, 2 is for the rightmost door. If we use index 3 there maybe. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, although it's super small here. So we want it to be bigger. Because it's actually, I don't think we'll use it up here. Maybe we will. As an extra feedback. But down here, now it looks probably big enough. So then we'll do the same thing for the crosses. cross. Ah, did I change the size of that one? No. Cross, and we have cross 3 times 3. Okay. Yes, something like that. Now we can set the opacity 0 initially, and then we need to do in the update method so that this one is shown. So we have the round state. We are already selecting the red or green here somewhere based on this. So maybe we can we just piggyback on this one? But this is within the index loop, so we can do one outside of the index loop to show a check cross. So if the final chosen door is equal to this one, and actually it has to be chosen also, so we have -1 as the marker for not being chosen. So this should be when we have chosen the right door. Aha, okay, but whenever the final door is chosen is when we want to show this. So we do like that, and then we have another if inside here. So now we know we were going to show the check of the cross. And if we have this one, then we have the set opacity thing. Why did I do a list, by the way? I did a list for these. That's not a list, it's only one. Okay, so that was... The other ones are a small list, which is 3 long. This one should just be 1 item. So that makes more sense. And then in the update method, self.check. This is when it's correct, so then the cross should always not be shown. And why I'm doing this is because when we move stuff here in the list, we also want to sometimes uncheck or unshow something, like in this case. And here it's the other way around. And we could also unset it if we're not yet chosen the final door, because whenever this one is refreshed, I guess. So we should probably do this as well to unset both of these. Couldn't hurt anyway. Okay, let's see what we have. So now I want to see if we can show those checks and crosses. So there we got the goat. And the goat. And the car. Okay. Yeah, now it's a little bit clearer here if we were successful or not. I also think this dashed line should probably be below in Z index, the red and the green one. Looks a little bit nicer because now the dashed one is on top. Doesn't mean we could also set the opacity to 0, but I guess just do something super easy here. We have Z index 15 on the dashed one. Maybe we can just do 16 and 17 here. Those should never be at the same time anyway, but So then we should not see the dashed line going over the red or the green anymore. More like that, yeah. Okay, what else did I write down? To add checks and crosses. Basically what I wrote is to do all the to-dos, because we can search for it. We did have some to-dos here. Check that the user didn't choose the reveal door, but that we're already doing now in the level check. So here we check if the reveal door was chosen, then it's a fail. So that one is already done. And what else do we have? Add skipping to end sign. Yeah, that's a nice one. Log that this level went wrong, but we do that now, I would say. At least all the things I thought of. So this one we can remove. But let's do the skipping thing, because it's not so clear now that here in the middle we are going from showing the first 5 and then we go to show the last 5 in one step. So probably a little sign there in between would be nice. So that we can have in the main class setup canvas. Skipping to end sign. So we want to use a text here. Self dot yeah, okay, I'll do it's actually possible now to in the graphical elements to have to put many graphical elements into one container, but I haven't learned how to do that yet, so I'm going to do a skipping sign as a list of graphical items instead, because then I know how to set them to show and not show. So we'll append some things here. We want to have a rectangle like so. Actually canvas.new rectangle, and let's say we want it to be white. We want it in the middle of everything maybe, so that is x10 y5. And okay, here's one with edge. Okay, so maybe we do like a black edge actually. And what is this? This is the width and the height. Okay, I don't know, maybe pretty big. Okay, something like that. And then we do, I should probably check what that looks like first. Yeah, that looks about right. So then we do a white, which is not having the edge set, meaning it's a white area. And then we can do the Z index. This should be on top, so this could be, I guess, I don't know, just 1000. And 1001 for the edge. So now it's there, and then we want the text as well. We had the text here. And we want it to say skipping to last 5 rounds. And I guess we can just use line break. X equals 10, y equals 5. Text line center. And Z index 1002. Yeah, even bigger, I guess. Should it be some other color? Is it clear enough? Maybe we can do it, I don't know, pink. Yeah. Okay, that is good enough, I think. Now, of course, we don't want it to show initially. Opacity 0. We can add to these guys. And now we need to figure out when to show it. So it is. We are checking when to skip in the show round. Okay. So I'll just do in the init method. I'll do self.sign shown maybe. So the first time that we get the false from that method that says if we should show the round or not, then we show the sign. We do this. This should be in the update method of the canvas. We don't even do update unless so that is a problem. Okay, but we'll start to do that instead. So we'll say that we should actually, if self.showRound, then we do these things, and then we call update canvas every time instead, because I think that is where we should show and hide stuff. It's in update canvas to make the code logical. But then I need to change in the step here so that we always do update canvas. Okay, so now we only should still work then. Yeah, the animation seems to still work. So now what I want to do is, yeah, I need to break there because of my family waking up. But the next thing I'm going to do is just to show that sign whenever we first start to skip to the end here. But I'll break there for now. Thank you very much.